everyone, this is Nicole from Neighbor Light Ministry, and today in the video, as you've seen, we are filling dead cabbage holes with peas, and the peas that were planted in my neck of the woods in Jamaica, it's called Miss Kelly peas. It's a peas that is very popular in the latter part of the year, December thereabout, and we had planted some cabbage sucker a while back, and what we recognized, some cabbage suckers of the suckers, they were not successful. So we decided to plant peas instead of new suckers, because the new suckers would attract worm, and that can also cause us to lose all the cabbage suckers that are more mature. So we decided that we weren't going to do that. So while I was planting the seed, Matthew 13, the parable of the seed, the sower, came to mind, the seeds that fall on the good side, the bad soil, and the stony soil. And I was saying, but this was good soil that we plant the cabbage suckers on. But I come to recognize that you can be on a good soil, but if you're not connected to the source, which is for the cabbage, it was the soil, they would not be prosper. They would not prosper. And for us, if we're not if we don't allow to be connected to the source, which is Jesus Christ, then we will not be good Christians. So as I'm there planting them, I'm praying and I'm saying, God, please, I commit these into your hands. And I know that the word that you put in there, your mighty power that you put in the peace from creation, is in them still. And I know your will be done. And so as I was there, I started to reflect on my life and wondering, who is this person? Because if somebody had told me 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago, that I would be a farmer or doing farming, I would say no way. And so I remember when I was introduced to the importance of us living in the country at this time, and planting your own stuff and able to provide in the time of crisis, and when the prophecies in the Bibles become into fullness of time. And so I prayed, and in 2021 I journeyed to where I'm living, and I love the place. It reminds me of where I was born and come from in St. Thomas. And so I was so happy. And then I met my husband, and so I'm living here now. And in living in this country, I've learned so many things. I recognize that when you're in the city, we kind of waste a lot of water. You see, where I live now, our source of water is rain, and we have to harvest the water. So you have to be very careful, and you recycle water. And there's so much I'm learning, and I'm not working anymore because the Lord tell me to resign. When I say I'm not working, I was working in the financial sector, but no, I have to depend on what my husband bringing, because the Lord also let me be a stay-home wife. And at first I kind of struggle with it, but now I've come to know that I'm ministering unto my husband. And when I'm not at home, as you can see, I'm out in the field assisting him with the planting of stuff. And so I recognize, who's this girl? I used to be a girl, what you call the 9 to 5 girl, working in the financial industry, and I've worked in other places, but I've never dreamt that I would be here. And I recognize that my journey is that God wants me to be where I am, and he is transforming me. The things that used to be of importance to me is no longer important. So for me, it's building that character for eternity. It's for me, it's to fulfill God's purpose. And so I'm learning that the house, the car, those things are just not what is important, as the world would say it. I know it before, but now that I'm in the country, it is more profound to me, because my life is so simple now. And another thing that I've learned is that I have to depend upon God 100%, because I don't have a paycheck anymore coming in. It's not every 23rd of the month I am sure of a salary. No, I have to depend on God. So my life is even more simpler, and because it's even more simpler, I have more time for God. I'm now going out in the community and reaching people, spreading the gospel as God called me to do. And another thing is that I have to plan even more. I can't just say I'm going through the city, because I'm 1 hour away from the city. So I have to be making a list when I'm going out to the city. And so I hope that this little testimony and video will encourage you to trust the Lord, to obey, and to know that everybody have a different journey, and don't let anybody journey be your journey.